Okay.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Ayana and Tanisha, the Corporate Detox sisters, and we are back with a brief. I won't say small because it's big, y'all. It's big, but
Yeah.
a brief podcast episode where we're gonna talk about what's going on in the world of corporate right now. Some of y'all getting ready to do a whole lot of corporate detoxing because the situation out here is critical. We're in a critical situation. So we're about to talk about it, and we have our girl Brandy, the millennial, pulled up, and we're gonna run this down. But first, I'm gonna pass it over to Tanisha so she can tell you a little bit about herself, and I'll remind you a little bit about myself, and then we'll get going.
Hey, everybody. I'm your corporate detox sister, Tanisha Mercer. Lovely to be here with you all. We have a very it's not really a good topic to talk about, but it's a necessary topic. Nobody likes to lose their job, right? Let's all agree on that. Nobody likes to lose their job. Myself, I have more than 25 years of experience in corporate America within user strategy, within UX strategy, AI, content creation, all of those things. I have been laid off a number of times. So, with everything that's going on right now, it's really cyclical. We've been through this before. We're going to give you tools to survive a corporate layoff, even if, especially if you have not been laid off yet. Now, y'all got to hear me on this one. So many folks have announced layoffs, and Ayana, she's going to get into that in a bit. But we want to give you tools because we have been there. Okay, we know what it's like. We know what it's like to get that phone call, and
yes, girl.
you see that meeting invite with your manager. You're like, hold on, wait a minute now. We were supposed to meet on Friday, not Monday, right?
What's up?
Who HR? Who is no?
Why we gotta talk to HR?
Right, because when you start seeing other people, you're like, hold on, wait a minute. When you get called in that conference room, listen, we know what it's like. We have survived it. Okay, we have been through it and survived it. Are surviving it because our black asses also got laid off. Okay,
yes, we did.
Okay, let's be clear. Let's be clear. Black women in tech, right? We are amongst the more than 500,000 Black women who are now out of work since the pandemic. Okay. Yep. So when I tell you we know what it's like. We know. That's where our advice is coming from because we've been there. And we can tell you how to get through it. If you have not already gone through it, even better. Learn from us.
Learn from us, because child.
Yes.
It's something. Yes. So, like Tanisha, I've been around in the game for about 25, almost 30 years. I segued from corporate about 2 years ago due to some health stuff. But before that, it was like treacherous. Just in general, working in corporate is treacherous. But now we're in this season, and like Tanisha said, we've been here before. We have been here so many times because we primarily work contract jobs. We also work FTEs. When the companies get fickle and they want to start sending stuff overseas, we've experienced that. When they want to bring it all back, we've experienced that. So we've been through the shuffle. So we know how the game is played. Now, we have our girl, Brandy, the millennial manager, pulled up right here. And she's talking about layoff preparation. And it ties well in with our topic where we're giving you tips of things you can do to prepare yourself to be laid off. And not that we're calling it into us, but right now, the way the society is and what's going on in the corporate world, in the employment space, we have got to prepare ourselves. So it's better to be prepared than to try to be reacting on the backhand side. So let's see what Brandy, the millennial manager, got
laid off left and motherfucking right. And there are some things that you need to know. Today, bitch, I suggest you go on ADP or whatever site y'all use to maintain your PTO hours and all of that. You need to print that shit out. Okay, you need to know how much fucking time you got on PTO, sick time, vacation time. You need to know how much is in there because if you're ever laid off, you may or may not have fucking access to that. Okay? And when your last check come, you need to know how much of that is going to be on your motherfucking check. Is it going to be paid out in full? You also need to ask about your motherfucking retirement, bitch. Not too many people know what the fuck going on with their money. You need to ask.
Okay, I have to stop it right there. Because do you remember Enron? You remember the
Listen,
Enron disaster?
we the old heads. We remember. Okay, we've been through this before. We remember Enron. Enron came and folks 401ks was millionaires on paper. And
Girl, the good old boys was jumping out windows and committing the unalivings of themselves over Enron.
Yes, because they were millionaires yesterday. Yesterday they were millionaires, and today they was worth nothing. They ain't have nothing in their 401k.
And remember, those teachers got bit really, really hard because when it happened, some of their 401k money with those dividends and all was tied up in there, and they lost. They lost. So don't think because your company matching and all that stuff that you're gonna be good in these layoffs, because they can decide they shutting all that down and you ain't getting a dime of your money. I'm just saying, because it can happen.
Absolutely.
Folks get greedy, they get greedy. Okay, so
ask who got the fucking body. Is it Raymond? Okay, is it over there with Raymond James? Is it over there with Charles Schwab? Where the fuck is your money? You need to know. You need to know how much is in that bitch too. Do you understand me, ho? Say yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Do not ever take anybody fucking word for nothing. Okay, people will lie in your motherfucking face. Get a printout, bitch, because you cannot fucking argue with black and white. Listen, bitch.
She done told y'all, you cannot argue with black and white. Right. She done told you.
She said it. And the crazy part is, like she said, we done been in situations where, again, you had a job this morning. This afternoon, after that meeting with your manager in HR, you no longer have a job. And usually your laptop access, right, is usually cut off immediately.
Yes.
After that conversation is had. So it's always like you have to be really proactive. And like she said, print your shit out. Print it out. Do a PDF and print it out. Right? Do all the things you need, because they can easily say anything.
Keep your jump drive with you. Keep a couple of them with you. That became my practice as soon as I had the external drive. I done did this, and get my little kudos, and let me put it on this little drive. And also I'm gonna email it to myself so it can still be in my email too, in case I lose this little bit of drive. Because y'all, it's a serious thing. You cannot be complacent in an environment like this. I mean, look at these. Tanisha shared this with me from Rubia Garcia II. As of October 9th, 4:05 p.m., UPS recent layoff announced. UPS 48,000 employees. Amazon up to 30,000 employees. Intel 24,000, Nestle 16,000, Accenture 11,000, Ford 11,000, Novo Nordisk 9,000, Microsoft 7,000, PwC 5,600, Salesforce 4,000, Paramount 2,000, Target 1,800. We've been dismantling Target, so we knew that was gonna come. Kroger 1,000, Applied Materials 1,444. Well, they must thought they were the 144,000 they talked about in the Bible. They trying to make a biblical message, ain't they? Meta 600 employees. The labor market is clearly weakening. It's weakening.
And I don't care what these economists say. Okay, I really don't, because this list right here, the crazy part about it is, as having been laid off numerous times, let's be clear, numerous times, when your number is called, when your position is written out like a line item out of the budget, let's be clear, this is like 100,000 people, right?
Yes.
100,000 jobs, and it's not fun. It's not fun when it's you. It's not fun. And these are families, these are mortgages, these are, college tuition, you know what I'm trying to say? These are people's lives and their livelihoods. So I don't want to make light of that. That's a lot of damn people.
And that don't even include all these federal government people.
Exactly.
Who are now finding themselves having to go stand in these pantry lines thinking they were going to get their SNAP benefits that are also about to be cut off because ain't nobody
Right.
paying them out come November
Tomorrow.
1st.
Tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow,
So,
November
y'all,
1st.
it's the situation is critical out here in these streets.
It's very critical. And also, too, even if you said, okay, well, whoo, I was spared this time, the challenge becomes these jobs feed other people, meaning not just that employee. So, so this employee now is no longer going to their favorite restaurant. That mean that restaurant gonna be affected. They no longer have to go to the dry cleaner because they don't have to wear professional wear to work, right? They're not going to the car wash, twice a week, right? They're not going to be doing certain things because the money isn't there. So it really does have this is a ripple effect. It affects more than just that particular family.
Mm-hmm. It does. It does. So we have got to take some steps, Tanisha, to protect ourselves. And the thing with the corporate detox, we want to help you heal from corporate, but we also want to help you survive after corporate or survive going into a corporate collapse because there have been, I mean, we've been doing this for like 25, 30 years. We have 60 years combined in
Yep.
corporate, and
Yep.
we have seen it run the gamut. We have seen, gosh, we had a tech bust in 2001, and tech was really just hitting. We had
Yep.
another one about 7 or 8 years later in 08, 09. We had
Mhm.
another one around 2012.
Yep.
We had another one a few years ago. We're
And
in one now that started about 2 years ago, and now we're in the prefaces of this one that this one is on a whole nother level of just struggle.
it is because, like, even if you go back even before that, Ayana, like when we were just getting out of college, what, 94, 95, 96 or so,
Mm-hmm.
um back who Clinton was in office, I think it was, and
Yep.
it was a slowdown then, just as we were kind of beginning to get into the workforce, right? So we didn't see some things, but the crazy part now is that, like you said, the economy, who them folks elected to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue,
Yeah.
all the stuff with tariffs that are going on, all the things
Oh,
that are happening.
but the Senate done flipped some Republicans. There's
Yes.
hope. There's hope. The Senate has flipped some Republicans, and they have shut down Trump applying these arbitrary tariffs to these other countries because
Yes.
it's killing the economy, which is why we have all these companies laying off now.
Exactly.
It is
Exactly.
it is a rippling effect. So I'm gonna send something over to myself so I can pull it up from Tanisha in my little chat, the private chat we have going on. So I'm gonna pull it up so you can see it. Let me share this on the screen here. There it is. I'm gonna close this up. Can y'all see this screen right here? I know it's
Yes.
small.
Yes.
Okay. So if you do anything on your laptop at work that is considered work product, that can be samples of your skill and what you are able to do, get all your samples and work product off your computer. Make
Get
sure
your
you have
Yep.
that file separated into what you can post and share as samples, and also separate it as to what you have to kind of keep private and show non-publicly as a sample. Because there's some work product, I mean, it's private work. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's protected by NDA, disclosure agreements, all that stuff. But then there's some samples that are public samples. Like, for example, an ad that you may create for let's say it's Amazon and you're creating an ad for Amazon and it's gonna be a public facing ad. If you worked on that, that is a public facing sample. You need to have that in that file and you need to save it to show that you actually did that work. If you worked
Right.
on a website and wrote any website content, if you did any design work, you need to make sure you have that set aside somewhere so you can be able to build your online portfolio, whether you create your website, whether you are putting on LinkedIn, and we're going to get down and talk about what you need to do your LinkedIn in just a minute. But you need to have your stuff, because what you don't want to happen is you come in one day thinking you're going to work because you're not preparing yourself. And then they tell you, oh, turn in your laptop. You don't have time to get any of your stuff off of there. You don't have any, and you hadn't been taking it off anyway. You hadn't been like popping it down when you work on these great projects. Now they taking your laptop and you have nothing to show for your time at this company. You don't want that.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's a nightmare. It's happened to me too many times. So I'm telling y'all right now, while you have that job, access to that laptop, you can even do what you said earlier, like get your, your flash drive, or you can also just use your, for example, Google Drive, right? Add your any projects, any work related samples, any congratulatory emails, any kudos from your job or whatever. You worked well on a project and they sent it in an email. You need to save all that right now. Save it right. Create you a folder and just drag it on over there.
Drag it on over there. It's easy to do that than try to get it back later on.
Exactly. Because then you calling your former employees, asking your former co-workers, asking, nah, just get it right now. Do it right now.
That's it. Now Tanisha covered the email part and all of that, but what about payroll and HR info, Tanisha? Jump in on that one.
Listen here, this is your money we talking about. Okay. Just like Brandy said, this is your money, ho. This is your money. So I'm gonna need all y'all. Listen, your payroll information, what's in that 401k, like what Brandy said, insurance, HSA, all of that stuff that you think you're not really sure if you even need it. You need it. Anything that job has given you in terms of benefits, whatever, you want to have access to all of that. Okay, 401k, benefits, HSAs, whatever it is, FSAs, whatever. You want to have access to all of that. Like Brandy said, what's in black and white, you can't really argue with that.
Is what they cannot argue. And while we're talking about HSAs and medical stuff, you better go and go to the doctor. Those dental appointments, that gynecology appointment, that urology appointment, those children's, if you got kids, their annual checkup and all that, you better go and get that stuff in. Don't wait, think, oh, I got time, and then you think you got time, and they say, oh, you know what, we finna let you go. Because some states, I know Georgia is a right to work state. You go in and they think you got a job, and by the time you leave at the end of the day, they telling you, okay, you ain't got to come back tomorrow because we through with you.
Exactly.
And Georgia companies I've seen them be that cutthroat.
Absolutely. It's really acting like you do not have a job. Even though you may be fully employed, right? Your mindset has to shift to like, I need to act like I don't have this job. So if I would have not had this job, what would I be doing? What would I want to get? You know what I'm trying to say? Exactly. What do I need to prepare for?
What do I need to prepare for? And what can I do now that at least it will have been done, marked off, and then I don't have to worry about anything for the next 6 to 8 months, or 6 months to a year. Because if you go and get these medical checks, you ain't got to worry about getting them later on. Mammograms will be free, we hope, but gynecological exam may not be free. Go on, get your checkups, girl. Quit playing.
Because you assuming you'll have Cobra, but Cobra is expensive.
Cobra, who wants to pay for Cobra? I don't.
Nobody. I mean, if you can pay for it, great. I'm just saying. If you may as well get these are benefits you're paying for, right? You may as well use them.
And since we're talking about, and I left this off the list, Tanisha, when we were talking, but this is something we're talking about, Cobra and everything. See while you still have a job, see what public services are available to you, from Medicaid to the thing, Peach Care. Like in Georgia, you have Peach Care for kids. See what things are available to you in the event that you do have to tap into those resources. And I'm going to say this, and some people don't like it, but I'm going to say it. You never know when you may need this assistance. So you need to know what's out there. Most of us, when we work corporate, we got it good. Everything comes through the job. But when we lose that job, there are many of us that will be flailing, not knowing what to do because we haven't had to tap in those resources. And don't be walking around here feeling guilty because you haven't tapped into the resources because, honey, you done worked and you done paid into those resources. Also, check and see on your unemployment benefits. What are the requirements for unemployment in your state? So if you have to press that button and get that going, where do you go to file for unemployment? What do you do? What does it mean? How much is it every week? You need to start researching those things so you can be prepared. It's all about being prepared as you go into this.
Absolutely. And don't be it's you've already, like you said, you've already paid into it. Your first two things you need to do, I mean, definitely follow our list. But let's say the worst thing happens, right? You want to be in a position to where you know what you got to do. You hey, where do I go online to fill out this unemployment? Where do I go online to, for example, if especially if you have a family, right? You know, you meet the income requirements, whatever those are. I need to get some assistance with food, maybe, you know, medical insurance, whatever you are eligible for. Knowing what you are eligible for and knowing where to go to apply for it.
Yep.
You know, right now is not the time to be prideful, right? In terms of you've paid into it. So you may as well use it and use it as a resource if you can, while we still have it, because we don't really know what's going on. We already know Snap getting ready to get cut off, right?
Right.
So but you still need to know there are many workforce development programs you can take at the state level, in terms of training, job retraining. It has been these things for a long time. We're not sure with the way this man in the office, we don't know exactly what's still there, but be prepared.
And then thinking about too your personal brand, what other things, what other skills have you picked up? Because when we're working these jobs, we're not just limited to that one skill set, right? What other skills have you picked up that can translate into something where there's still work available? So how can you transition your career into something else as opposed to getting caught up in the woe is me? Because if you prepare yourself now, you'll be able to think clearer later. Does that make sense?
That makes total sense. I mean, take it from us, right? You want to be on the proactive end rather than the reactive end, right? As much as you possibly can, which is why your mindset really has to shift to like I said, you got a job now, but you need to act like you don't. So it's really positioning yourself. You know, you look, you on LinkedIn, you building your personal brand. You're doing consulting, you're getting clients, you're doing whatever it is you need to do within your particular industry to build that personal brand now while you still have that job, but you acting like you don't have that job. Because it's all going to pay off. It will all pay off, whether you lose, whether the job is lost or not, or maybe you will decide to do a corporate detox and you will fire yourself, right? Hey, okay? But the work has been put in. And this is important because while you still getting that check, whether you pay every week, every 2 weeks, or every month, or however you paid, you can make whatever investments you need to make now while that money is still coming in. So do the work on the front end and to make the back ends better.
Exactly. And while you're at it, optimize your resume for AI. I know some of us, we Gen Xers and even some boomers that are still out there working, don't really want to fool with AI. Stop running from it. It's here. It's not going nowhere. Optimize your resume so that these AI bots that they have out here reading and scouring the internet for resumes can pick your stuff up.
Exactly.
So that you can pick your stuff up because you're going to need it. Okay. The other thing too, while you're still on that job, that free training that's offered through those HR packets you kind of been ignoring, you better hop on some of that free training.
Yep.
Take advantage of it now while you're still there. Go ahead, T.
No, I was going to say we worked on enough corporate intranet, platforms to where we know a lot of these jobs, especially corporate ones, will offer you. They'll have specific training, right, for their employees. So whether it's LinkedIn or whether it's an internal training or whatever it is. So you want to nail all that stuff down. You want to get all that stuff while you have access, because when they tell you to turn in that laptop, all that's going to end. So
all that's going to end.
Everything you can get, whatever they offer, whatever, listen, you take it. Okay, you
Mm-hmm.
take it. Whatever kind of training, whatever it is, get it now.
And they want their stuff.
Right.
When they say they want their equipment, they want their equipment.
Yep.
You can't think about you now. If you work, you do have the opportunity to, I guess, get some stuff off before you like pack it up and send it back, because they got to send you the box to send your equipment back to them, right? So
Right.
if you are working remote, take advantage of the time that you're waiting to get them little boxes to pack they stuff up and send them folk their machines and their equipment. But get your stuff off them laptops too before they deactivate your profile. Because once they
Please.
deactivate your profile, you ain't finna get nothing off of them. You can hang it up.
You won't be able to sign in. Please get everything you need.
Get everything
Everything.
you need.
Even the
And
stuff you didn't think you need, get that too.
get that too.
Yeah.
Whatever. Get it. Get it.
Yeah.
And also, if you have a side hustle or you have another skill set, y'all better start taking them side hustles more seriously. Stop playing with it. Stop playing with them side hustles. If you can sew, you better figure out a way to make you some money with your sewing machine. If you can cook, you better start baking some cakes and start cooking meals for people. Whatever you can do, and that's been a side hustle for you, if you can do something with it, do something with it. Because most people have more than one talent and more than one skill. And most likely you already have had some desire to do something with something else you had going on besides sitting there in somebody's cubicle. This may be God's opportunity that He's presenting to you, but you got to put in the work and you got to be willing to do it. Get
And if
yourself
you
ready, y'all. That's all we're saying.
and if you don't know, if you don't have an idea of what you want to do, because sometimes people are like, oh, I work from 9 to 5, and I'm tired after whatever. All we saying is, if you don't have something, you got to get something. So I don't care what that is. I don't care if they're selling hot dogs. you know,
Girl, what you talking about?
you make the best hot dogs, right? You make the best ones. You got the onions, you got the whatever you got on there, chili dogs. I don't know. Maybe it's lasagna. Maybe it's cutting some lawns. I don't know what it is, but whatever it is that you can think of that people will pay you for, now is the time to develop it. Now is the time to think about it. Get those entrepreneurial brain cells working. So that way you have an idea of, okay, if this job does end tomorrow, what would I do? Be prepared, because I'm telling you, once the bill's not gonna stop coming. Okay.
No.
So if you can get on the front ends of this, it'll be so much better for you and your family. Think about what it is that you want to do, that you can do if that job were to end. Now, listen, I ain't telling nobody, you got to do what you need to do.
Job, right?
Right. You got listen, don't say I told you to do OnlyFans. I'm just saying, whatever it is that you feel comfortable with, that's what you need to explore. Now is the time.
Now is definitely time. And then also one more thing too, as you're out here exploring and playing and all that, trying to put your stuff together, whatever it is that you do it and do it well. Pray about it. Think hard about it. But remember this, just like you work for that business and help that company rake in money, you can do the same thing for yourself. Believe in yourself and believe in the God in you and what He brings to the table through you, and know that He's going to sustain you. We have been here as people of color, we have been here before. We watch our grandparents, our parents, even our great grandparents. We've watched them survive the worst. We are survivors, and now it's time to act like one. That's my tip.
Absolutely. Say that part louder for the ones in the back. Say it louder, because we have been there, done that, and like as you said, we come from strong ancestors, and they've done it. And those same skills and habits and talents are all within us. So we will survive this and anything else they throw at us.
Yes, we will. Yes, we will. So we hope these tips have helped you. What we've shared, Brandon, the Millennial Manager, that's the initial clip that you saw. Definitely go follow her on Facebook. She has her Millennial Podcast. Definitely check that out. She always inspires me when I see her stuff, and she does it in such a funny way. She gonna cuss, But if cussing make your ears bleed, then you might not want to watch her. But she's gonna cuss, but she's gonna hit you with the straight up facts. The straight up facts. So chew the bone, chew the meat, and spit the fat out.
Right.
Best I can tell you. But anything else, T, that you got going on or anything like that?
No, that's it. I just really, like I said, like you said earlier, we have been through this. We have survived, are still surviving, right? So we really just want to give people some tips who maybe have not gone through this. If this is your first layoff, maybe you haven't, like I said, hopefully you ain't been laid off yet. But we have been through this enough to know that hindsight is 2020. And if we can help save you, that's the whole goal. Because we didn't been through this. Okay. We're not new to this. We true to this. So,
that's it. We definitely true to this.
Right. We're here to help you and help you also corporate detox. Okay.
All right. Until the next episode, guys.
All right, y'all.
Bye.
See y'all later. Bye.